Hello, and thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Mike Calvarino, CEO of Veterans and the Forgotten Warrior Memorial. Tonight we've got Hugo and we've got Jen with us. They're going to be talking about the first annual 5K run at the Forgotten Warrior Memorial, located in beautiful Shanahan State Park. Who wants to go first?
You making me go first, Hugo?
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Yes, so Hugo and I are teaming up to help out Canines for Veterans. And um, Hugo is a Marine veteran. So, Hugo, thank you for your service. We appreciate that. And we're just super excited. It's going to be, as you said, at the Forgotten Warrior Memorial. We're going to race along the I&M Canal. We've got a beautiful course mapped out, and we've got sponsors coming on. We need more sponsors. It's going to be dog friendly. And of course, why wouldn't it be? The whole point is, helping, Canines for Veterans, raise money for dogs to be, trained and donated to our service members and veterans who are suffering from PTSD. And I think it's just going to be, we're gearing up for a really cool event. We're very excited about this. We just want to really honor all of those who lost their battle with PTSD and help those moving forward. So,
Well, you've both been out to the memorial, correct?
yes.
Yes.
It's really a place to honor not only the veterans who we lost because of that battle with PTSD, but hopefully it brings these families some closure
Yes.
for the loss of their son or their daughter. To me, I know when I go out there, just sitting out there looking at each one of the memorial stones, I just have time to reflect on what these guys went through and how they came to taking their life, and how we're not doing enough for our veterans that are suffering from PTSD as well right now. We don't want to add another name to that memorial.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
Right.
yeah, we don't want to do. So, this run hopefully will raise awareness to PTSD and what we could do to help our veterans that are suffering from it, and more importantly, to raise awareness of what PTSD is all about,
Right.
and
Correct.
what we could do to help our veterans.
Right.
Uh, Tell us, when does the race start? Well, give us the details.
Sure. I'll take that. So the race starts at 10 o'clock. We're going to have the 5K. You can walk it as well. Or otherwise, it's going to be your 5K, 3.1 mile. Also, we have a 1 mile run as well, or walk. Our plan over there is just also have it to be a resource too. So we're going to have resources there for veterans families, of course, vendors and such like that who are helping support the cause. But 10 o'clock is step off time there. Hope to see a lot of folks out there walking, running, pets, all those things there. That's going to make the event exciting. The one thing I would say too is, if they don't know already, our T-shirts. Try to make it a little bit unique. We're going to have on the back on there, running in honor of, and you could write in that person, right? So I think that might be a unique twist there. But again, it's to show awareness, and support our fellow veterans out there who could be battling through this right now, or those families. Because, as a veteran, my wife hated it when I was just away for recruiting duty. So I couldn't imagine how she might have been deployed or whatnot. So, it's good resources for family who may be not for certain on what happens or what can they do, perhaps, because maybe they don't know. But nonetheless, we want it to be a good, fun event. And then the other thing is, unless we got inclement weather, like we got tornado, we got earthquake, we're running. Again, because the thought is this: our veterans out there, they didn't get to choose their battlefield conditions at all. They were out there. It would be rain, snow, sleet.
Right.
They were out there. So you know what? We're gonna be out there.
Exactly.
Maybe a little more fun, but hey, if you sweat up a good sweat, hey, that might feel nice. But
Well,
hopefully, the weather's good for it, and we won't have to. But if it is, we will march on.
Yes.
this is our first annual, and we hope to do this every year. And I'm going to tell you, when I first had the idea, and I didn't even have the idea. Dan Ritchie, who's a good friend, who's on the board with us, he's the one that suggested we do a 5K. And Dan had already done so much for the memorial. He paid to have the lighting done out of his own pocket. He paid to have the pavers installed. I mean, it's a beautiful memorial. And
Beautiful.
so when I was told, when Dan told me about, why don't we do a 5K run? Well, 7 years that Canine for Veteran has been involved, we have never had, a 5K run or any kind of run walk. So, I mean, we're really looking forward to this. And I got to tell you, you guys are knocking it out of the park. Within the first day and a half, 2 days, we've had 21 people sign up.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had actually just gone on our Facebook page right before we logged on here. And there were a bunch of people asking for the link and stuff. So it was off of the video that Hugo and I did the day that we were mapping out the course and stuff. And a
Right.
bunch of people were asking for the link and everything. So I posted it in there, but I feel like we're going to have a really great turnout. And we're just super excited. We've got a lot of people that want to get on board to help us. My sponsors from my previous fundraiser, Neat Kitchen and Bar in Westmont, Happy Dog Barkery, and Billy Bricks are just waiting for the word to
Well,
come on and help out. So
Jen, you amaze me because we haven't met that long ago. And when we did, you were super excited about the thought of sponsoring a service dog. And I
yes,
thought, well, okay, here's one person. Companies have a hard time doing it. And I thought, well, here's one young lady who is going to try to take this on. So I thought, well, got nothing to lose if she can do it. I'm all in. And I'm telling you, you not only knocked it out of the park, but you were on channel 7. I think it was channel
Channel 5,
7,
Channel 5.
channel 5
Yep.
TV, and they interviewed you. And because of that interview that you did, we had someone else sponsor a service dog just based on watching
Really?
your
I didn't
yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
just by
Oh,
watching your. And they said, I mean, we were so taken by that young lady sponsoring that service dog that we just felt we had to do the same thing. So thank you for that. And but I guess the point
thank
I'm
you
trying to make
guys.
is that,
Awesome job.
every time I look at the results of the race, it just keeps getting better and better. So I'm super excited about this, and I'm so Reggie Latuca, our vice president, she is um, just overwhelmed by what you guys are doing. Everybody, the whole team here is. So God
Yeah.
bless you guys for what you're doing. Okay,
Well,
let's get back to the memorial, to the race. So
yes.
we're gonna have vendors there, correct?
Yeah, we're looking to get some vendors, and Hugo came up with this amazing idea. So right around the memorial, how we have the asphalt circle around it, that's where we want to set up our vendors that are there, our resources for our veterans and active service members and their families. Like, let's not forget the families serve as well. Um,
Right.
and so, resources to help them with any depression, PTSD, all of that. And it actually, now that I say it out loud to more people, it kind of chokes me up. We're going to call it Patriot Village. And that's where you're going to be able to go. And there is no shame. There is nothing but love and support and encouragement and help. That's what that's going to be.
Correct.
And
And information
Jen,
too.
what's that?
I'll say, and information too. Takeaways, packets, and stuff like that. And I do have someone coming in from the VA as well. So, it could be a good informational session for the families. So if they have takeaways for you, brochures, mental health, whatever it is, take it, read it, and share, right? Because maybe you're not the one experiencing this, but you might have somebody who could benefit from the information you may hold, right? But that's the other part of this as well. Not just having vendors, so it's great to have vendors sell products and whatnot, but a resource as well for veteran families and such.
Well, let me get this out there. We have a ceremony typically twice a year where we regretfully have to add names to the memorial. And it's with great despair that I say that, because I hope that we never ever have to add another name to that memorial. But let me get it out there that if there's any families out there that lost somebody or know of somebody who took their life due to their service and their PTSD, get in touch with us. Let's get their name. Let's get them honored let's get their name honored on that memorial. I mean, it's the least we could do. I know, I hope that it gives the families some closure. And and again, if there's one takeaway message that I insist on that people walk away with, is that I want them to know that these names that we're adding to this memorial, these veterans are heroes, and they need to be honored as being a hero for everything they sacrificed for our country. They paid the ultimate price. And in my humble opinion, I don't think the country, I don't think the VA, I don't think the public is doing enough to help our veterans. We need to do more.
Agreed. Agreed.
Totally agree as well.
Okay, that's my little rant. I'm sorry.
And I don't know when this was installed, and I'm embarrassed to say that I missed it the other times that I've been out at the memorial. But when Hugo and I were out there, there's like a mailbox with paper and a pencil in it,
Right.
and you can leave a note. And I hadn't seen that before, and I thought that was
And you can
really
etch,
amazing.
you can get that paper, put it over the name of one of the veterans that you're maybe there to honor, and you take that pencil and you just etch that name, and it imprints on that paper, and it's sort of a keepsake for the families as well.
So I don't know if you know this then. So I actually missed that part of it because people had actually written notes on it.
Oh yeah, no, they
And
do.
so I left a note for a friend of mine who lost a dear friend of hers to suicide from PTSD from serving. And so I left a note with her name on it and sent her a picture, and that meant so much to her. So
It's just a real, it's just an amazing place for these families. And I get calls from the families that we added their son or their son's name to the memorial, and they said, Michael, I go out there and I'm just so humbled that somebody finally recognizes my loss. Up
yeah,
until that memorial was built, there was nothing for him, nothing, no acknowledgement at all. Right now, I'm working with a state representative and a senator that I am trying to get Congress to pass an act or a bill that would require the VA to honor these families either with a medal, with the flag, with something.
something.
They need to be acknowledged that their loss meant something to our
Yes.
country, and it's
hundred
not
percent.
just
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
a walk away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I hope that this race can help you with that on that level, with the state level and with the government. And then, again, it takes a village, right? Like
that it does.
it's like I said during my first fundraiser and stuff, like I didn't do that. I was lucky enough to have an amazing group of people around me that cared enough about my cause as well that made that happen. And that's what it takes. It's that ripple effect.
Right.
And you're 100% correct. We don't want any family to think that because their son or daughter, or their loved one, because they didn't die on the battlefield, that just because they may have died somewhere else here, not in service, that still counts.
Here's the cross between families that lost a veteran in battle as opposed to a family who lost somebody to PTSD suicide. The families that lost somebody in a battle in combat, there was no choice for them. There was nothing they could do for them. It was just God's will, and that's it. I mean, they couldn't have controlled any of that. When we lose a veteran, these families that lose a veteran to PTSD suicide, to them, it's always that constant question: what could I have done?
Yeah.
What should I have done? What did I miss? My God, and it's constantly in their head, the guilt that they're feeling that they didn't do enough. And no, and I tell these families, no matter what you would have done,
Yeah.
you weren't going to stop it.
Right.
So you
Right.
can't continue to blame yourself for it. But it's good that these families know when we have a ceremony out there and these people are out there honoring their son for their loss that they suffered, just so they know that people fucking care.
100%. 100. Every
You
time that
know,
I go out there, I look at the back of every single one of each branch, and I look at everybody's names, and I think of their families. And you're 100% correct that we want them to know that none of this is, that their loved ones did not die in vain. A
right?
complete stranger is going to go there and look at that and give thanks to them. You
I
can't
have,
not.
I have a young lady. Um, she, she has does a cornhole tournament every year for the past 10 years for her son, and she donates that money that they make to Canine,
Nice.
hopefully to stop another veteran from taking that final step.
Yeah.
I mean, so and she does it in memory to keep the one her son's memory alive
Yeah.
and to feel good that she's helping another veteran.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
there's a lot that we could do as the public to help our veterans. And when I go to a school and I talk to our kids, I tell them, look, if you see a veteran, he's wearing a veteran's cap or whatever, and know he's a, reach your hand out and thank him for her service. It doesn't cost a dime, but
Nothing.
we need to let our veterans know that they were appreciated and
Yep.
still are.
Yep. 100%. 100%. Not too long ago, I actually saw a Vietnam veteran, and I said, "Welcome home and thank you for your service."
Right.
And his wife just looked at him like, "Please don't cry." Like we're out in public,
Well,
but
because
they
they
didn't
don't
get
do
that,
that anymore.
you know?
I go to this restaurant called Maddie's right over here in Plainfield, and you know what? Numerous times I've seen a veteran in there, an old guy, with his veteran cap on or whatever. I'll pick up his check and buy his breakfast, and they look at you like,
Yeah.
"What's going on here?" Because they
Right.
don't expect it because they never get that.
Right.
And that's what we need to start doing is letting these veterans know that we do care.
Yeah.
And by doing this race, hoping to raise awareness, I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. And we are, I know one mom reached out to me, her son, unfortunately, his name is on the memorial, but she reached out because she wants to volunteer and help. So, we're looking for volunteers. We can still use more sponsors. Um, you know, again, anything to raise awareness. And I think
We
between Hugo and
we
I think we're both loud enough that people are gonna
Reggie
hear us.
Latuca, our vice president, her heart is totally into this. She's been wanting to do a gala event, a black tie event. We've talked about it. She's talked about it for years now. If people can go to our website our Facebook page, K9S for Veterans NFP. Check out the gala event, and please, if you have it within you, please come to that event. Purchase your tickets. It's gonna, all those funds go to helping another veteran.
And what's the itinerary for that? What do we have what's going on there for that gala?
Oh my God. First of all, it's going to be an amazing meal. You're going to have choice of steak, filet mignon, chicken, a fish. We're going to have entertainment there. It's just going to be a great event. Great time. And it's our first one. So we're really nervous about this. So if there's anybody out there that would really like to help us, please go to Facebook page, look at that, click on that link for the gala event. You won't be sorry you did it, because it's going to be a great time.
Sounds good. We're
But
excited. We got a lot of great events coming up to help our veterans.
but this walk run, because I'm walking. I'll tell you right now, I'm walking.
I'll be watching everybody.
Yeah, but this 5K that we're doing, I am just, every time I go on Facebook, somebody's always really excited about participating in it. I contacted Ozinga Materials today. They're going to be a sponsor for the event. So we're going to be contacting other sponsors as well. Reggie just chimed in. She said it's going to be a night of dancing and great meal and meeting with some of our veterans and their service dogs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Well,
come on out for a great evening.
yeah. And I think that's what did it for me, right? When I saw Andy and Ghost out there,
Yeah,
that first time and stuff. And I was just like, how can you not help when you see and hear their stories and the difference that it makes, and for those of you who don't know Andy, he's a very large human being.
yeah,
And when you see somebody like that, and I break down over a dog all the time because I'm a dog person, but the thought, you could just see when he thought that he had to give his dog away, to another veteran, because that's, God bless him, that's what he signed up for. And to see the relief on that man's face when that dog was staying with him was literally one of the most amazing things. And I know that like Kyle and Omega are going to be there. Like they both have my heart. Luis has my heart. Like they all do. Like when you get to meet the veterans and their dogs and see how they interact and stuff, like you can't not help. You can't not.
when I go to the training center, and first of all, when I interview these veterans, and they're maybe a little apprehensive about coming into the program, and is this really for me? Am I gonna, once I go there and they've been there training for a couple months, oh my God, the transformation from when they first came into that program to where they're at with that dog, you couldn't get that dog away from them for anything.
Nope.
And to watch the way the bonding process between the two of them, oh my God, if that doesn't melt your heart, nothing will.
Right. And there's no greater love than a dog, right? Like it's just
unconditional.
It's unconditional love. Like it's literally the perfect creation. It's God's perfect creation is the dog. So,
well, guys, you know what? We're looking forward. I know K9 and the memorial, we're both pulling for this. I just have such a great feeling that this is going to be a lot bigger than I even hoped it was going to be. No, fingers crossed. Listen, we've got two amazing people, Jenn and Hugo, organizing this, because you know what? When we talked and you wanted to come on board and do this, when I hooked up with Hugo, I mean, it was like, this is it. This is a team.
Yeah.
You guys work great together.
Yeah. Hugo does so much. He does all of the stuff that I don't like. And so
here.
Reaching out to everybody.
Each other. It's teamwork.
Yeah, we
Hugo,
got
we got to
putting
get that
together.
poster out there.
It's in
Yeah,
the works. It will be out probably the end of this week, if not sooner.
Okay.
yeah. That you're gonna see that poster everywhere. Everywhere. Everyone's gonna have that poster, and our QR code is gonna be on it. So
Right.
you can just scan that QR code. It's gonna take you right to the registration, and it's just sign up the whole family. Just spread the word.
Well,
Everyone
this,
needs to
this
just
event is for the entire family. I mean,
yeah,
Yeah,
the
it
entire
is.
family can join in.
Dog and two. Yep, everybody.
yeah,
If they
yeah.
got legs, they could come out.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You can bring your cat out for all I care.
Yeah,
Just
right. No, it's going to be great.
we don't care.
Our board members are just so excited about this because it's something they say, oh, this is going really, can we do this every year? I said, try and stop us.
Right.
Yes, and
Yeah, no,
bigger every year.
that's the plan. That's the plan for sure.
We've got Bill Burns, who basically is responsible for everything at that memorial, the upkeep, the maintenance, the you name it. If there's something that needs to be done, Bill Burns is the go-to guy for that memorial. Um, his son was one of the first, or the first name that we added to that memorial. So, I mean, this memorial means so much to so many people, and it's a shame that it's not known by more people.
Well,
We
we're gonna
need to
change
let the
that.
world know that this memorial is out there to honor those veterans.
Yeah. Well, one of my best friends is an Army veteran, and she's in California. She's worked for the VA as a spinal cord injury nurse. And she messaged me today and she's like, I want that t shirt. And I was
Yeah.
like, you got it. So she's going to be running around all of Northern California with that t shirt on. And she's Portuguese also. So trust me, word's going to spread. We got big
I'm
mouths.
I'm I'm really excited about the whole event. I gotta tell you. And again, every time I look on Facebook, somebody's jumping on saying, "Hey, this is gonna be great. I've been looking forward to this. We can't wait to the day of the event." So, again, I want to thank both of you guys. You're putting your all into it, and it's obvious. I mean, I was laying in bed last night at 10 o'clock, and I'm hearing ding, 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 ding. There's that
Sorry.
messenger going
That's
off.
fine.
You two are going at it, chatting back and forth what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. So God bless you guys because,
Yep.
working, you make what we're doing so much easier, and just, your input is just amazing. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of, and from these families as well.
No, the thanks goes to you guys to everyone who served. The thanks goes to all of the service members and their families. That's who the thanks goes to. This is nothing. I can't be here doing this without you and Hugo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Period.
I'm doing it for my fellow veterans out there. So to me, it's well overdue. I mean, we all know PTSD awareness has been around a while, but we need to make it more than just I hear about it here, and we need to make it loud. And
Yep.
this race, getting sponsors involved, everybody, people who aren't even maybe veterans involved. We need to continue to create the awareness and spread it beyond our veteran community because that's how the help ultimately will be found is beyond our veteran community. So I do it for them.
Agreed.
Again, I can't thank you guys enough. I mean,
You're welcome. Thank
we're
you for
so
letting me be a
looking
part of
forward
it.
to this event. God bless you guys. Thank you for being my guest tonight. Hugo, Jen, you're amazing. Both of you guys. Keep doing what you're doing because you're doing great things for this run. Thank you. God
We're
bless
trying.
you guys.
God bless you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.